What's up, little buddy? Got your head stuck in the fence. Let me see if I can help you. Lord. Oh, it's stuck good. Hang on. You got it good. There you go. One more. There you go. See you later. I can't stand that woman.
No Imano or ready? Rodney, you cannot lose. Ready, set,
ready, go.
Go. The wrong hand.
Go. Go, man. Go.
What do you mean?
All right, you ready? All right, you ready? All right, let's go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
Go! Go!
I've been going out. I put my wrist snapping.
You took the wrong hand.
The two issues that I had with this bike when I bought this bike was, number one, I couldn't hear it run. The battery was dead, and so I had no idea if the motor is good or not. So I guess the only time I ever gamble is I don't mind taking a gamble. Look at that fat belly. I didn't know if the motor was any good because the battery was bad. I knew I was gonna have to get a battery. And then number two is I knew the clutch was bad. It was hanging up, and that's why he put it up. So I got monkeying with the clutch. I ended up, something came loose in here. I needed to pull all this off anyway. I wanted to check the clutch, see what type of clutch was in here. So the first thing that I need to do is, one is I need to take a 3/4, there's a 3/4 nut underneath here. It's the drain nut. I need to take that out. On the tip of that drain nut is a magnet. Generally there's a magnet there. You want to see if there's any metal shavings and stuff like that. That'll tell you a lot what's going on with the clutch. Make sure you clean it off when you put it back in. You also, right here is where you fill it up. There's a bolt down here. It's usually a screw right here. Is when you go to fill it up. You know what? I'll explain all that when I go to fill it up. But to help it drain, I'll take this this out to kind of give it some to let it breathe, so it doesn't cause any vacuum and it'll come out quicker. And then we'll take all these bolts out, and I'll show you what I do when I take these bolts out. And hopefully my pan is big enough that I catch it all and I don't overfill my pan. There is a little bit of metal in there, a little more metal than I would like to see, but I was planning on replacing this clutch anyway completely. The clutch hub is like 300 bucks, not the end of the world. Wouldn't want to have to replace it. I mean, it would be perfect if the clutch was perfect and all that, but I got the bike at a good price. The guy was up front about it. So that's no big deal. And if I start to overflow this pan, I'm gonna cut the camera off and empty it out, because who wants to watch me drain oil? If you're doing this on the ground, you can do it on the side, but when the oil starts to slow down, you want to lift it. You want to set the bike up like if you're standing on it. You want to set it upright to get the rest of the oil out. And this pan's going to be big enough. Okay, the oil is draining out. You want to take this off. This is a 1-inch. I have the socket there. This is a big screwdriver. If you don't have a big screwdriver, I just use this hammer. Loosens it up. Sometimes there's a smaller one of these. Just a big screwdriver, piece of steel, whatever. They actually make a special tool for that, but you don't need it. I'm going to take this off. I don't really need to take this off, but I'm going to take this off. I'll open this up. This is your fill here. Whenever you go to fill it up, you fill it up here, and you fill it up till it starts draining out here. When there's a small little, when the oil just starts to drip out, just quit pouring it in. Just screw that in, quit filling it up, you're good to go. But I'm gonna get to that in a little bit. So I'm going to take this off and take this off, and then I'll get right back at you. This is how I do it. I'm sure it ain't the right way. On the Ironheads, these Allen bolts take a 3/16. There should be 11 of them. And I always start with this. This is always my number one. And this is how I do it. Like I said, it's not the way. I'm sure Harley's got another way of doing it. I take out my first bolt. I put it in here. These are generally different size Allen bolts or Allen screws, whatever you want to call them. So I put my first one there, my second, third, fourth. I go all the way around. And I put them in there, so when I go to put them back, I know that this one is going to go in this one's going back in the right hole because they're different lengths. So that's what I do. It's simple, it's easy. Yeah, I guess you could just lay them all out and stuff like that, but usually sometimes it's a day or two or 20 years before I get back to a project. I find it just much easier to do that way. So these are 3/16, and I'll take them all out and I'll start the camera again. This one, it feels like, or not feels like, they apparently had a problem, and I think they put a much longer one in there and made new threads, so it must have stripped out. I'll address that later on. I'll finish getting these out. You don't have to crank on these when you tighten them. Don't use power tools. I like to feel the threads. I like to feel exactly what the threads are doing. Now, once I get them loose, I can use, a power tool. I like to start them. I want to feel the threads going in. Then I can zip it down with a power tool right before it starts to tighten. And then I want to always hand tighten. Relying on, that's how you strip these out. This is just aluminum. It's a case aluminum. You got to be gentle. You can't, you can't stretch Armstrong it like everybody does and strips the threads out. Torque on a bolt, whenever you're torquing a bolt, and for you guys that know, this is not for the guys that know, this is for the ones that don't know. You're stretching the threads, you're pulling on the threads, and it's how much tension that those threads could take. And a lot of guys, man, like I said, they just stretch Armstrong it, tighten it down, and and they always snap off heads, or they'll pull the threads, pull out the threads. And then you got problems. Alright, this is the last one. This is number 11. I keep my hand here holding it because it's going to want to fall down and make a mess. When I do take it off, there's usually oil in it, and that's not a good sound that I just heard. I just heard metal falling. Stay. See how the threads are? So I'll just put this over here, and I'll know right exactly what threads go where. All right, I'm gonna look at this a little bit. I'm waiting on a tool. I haven't worked on the Ironheads in a bit. There's a tool that I've always kind of homemade and struggled, and I don't have that tool. It's supposed to come tomorrow. So this may be as far as I'm gonna go. I want to look and see what the heck is going on with the clutch. Everything looks good. All right, let me delve into this a little bit more. Lord. What a mess. Looks like water. I see a lot of steel. I don't know if you can see it shining. That's never a good sign. Try that again. I do see some steel in there, so. All right, let me look at this a little more, put this camera down. I need to get this. It's Chopper Rod. All right, I'll get back with you in a second. Well, that was Chopper Rod on the phone, and he stayed on the phone with me for about a half an hour. You know, there's some little shiny metal. They do stick on the magnet. So I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna finish taking this out, and then I'm gonna pull the clutch basket. I'm gonna check the clutch. I think I've said that the guy that I bought it off of, he said that he was riding it, and the clutch wouldn't disengage. So when he pulled in the clutch, it didn't engage. So he kind of had to get it in second gear and kind of get it going, and limped on home, and he put it back up. So it could be something came loose in the clutch basket. There's got to be a reason why it was hanging up. I am going to order a new clutch for it, like I said. So I'm just going to work on this a little bit longer until I've got to clean this out, get all the shavings out of there. It's not a lot of shavings, it's shavings. I mean, it's pretty clean. Of course, it was all down on the bottom. I'll clean this up, and I'm probably going to seal it up until I can get a clutch basket. At least get this off first, and get a clutch basket. Or get a clutch, I mean. I'll take these 6 nuts off, and then this is actually, there's a spring back behind here, and I'll pull this out. And like I said, I'm gonna look at the clutches and see what's going on. Hopefully it's nothing major. All right, I'll get back. How many monkeys does it take to adjust the clutch? We got 2. We need 1 more. I think that's it. If you stayed this long through this series, which this is part 3 of this 1974 right-hand shifter, thank you very much. I know it's not a technical video. I really don't do technical stuff. Like I said 8 million times, there's guys out there that are much better than me. The bottom line on this bike is that the only thing that was wrong with it was the battery was dead. I didn't hear it run. I took a chance on whether the motor was good, whether the transmission was good, but you know what? I mean, that's kind of, for me, that's what life is all about, and that's how you get some really great deals sometimes, is that, you know, take a chance. What is it? Buy the ticket, take the ride? It's Roscoe. He's still alive and kicking. Anyway, It's a machine. Anything that goes wrong with this machine, you can fix. If I can fix it, you can fix it, so don't worry about it. The problem with the clutch is basically what I kind of thought it was that if you let especially these these old bikes, if you let them sit up, that oil gets really gunky. It gets on the clutch plates, and there's tricks to dry out, clean out the clutch plates, which you can go online and find out what that is. And I did all that, and I just could not get the clutches to release, so I ended up having to buy some clutches and put them in, adjusted it, and life is good. I put about 250 miles on this bike. I like the bike. It's a fun bike. It is what it is. It's a hardtail. Your back and your ass is the shocks. Thank God I got a fat ass and a strong back. But it is what it is. And it's a fun bike. It is a head turner. So that's it. I don't know what I'm going to do with this bike yet. I don't know if I'm going to keep it. I don't know if I'm going to sell it. I don't know if I might do a giveaway. I don't know. If you guys want me to do a giveaway on this bike, leave your answer in the comment. Other than this, I'm getting rid of this. Haven't got rid of this yet because there's so much going on. I bought so many bikes. Still working on the addition to the restoration part. In fact, Chopper Rod, it's about 6:30 now in the morning. Chopper Rod's on his way over to give me a hand.
Hello.
Chopper Rod is an invaluable asset to this channel as well as to me. And I do appreciate him, and I appreciate all his help, and I appreciate all you guys buying the t-shirts and the stickers and all that stuff. We got new stickers, new t-shirts. You guys have been absolutely awesome, supporting me to help this new FXE come along, the giveaway bike. And look, I really don't have the ice cream belly no more. Anyway, like, share, subscribe. I need you guys to subscribe. Go to my website, SHOVELHEADFFEJ.com, and the ones that haven't bought anything, please help support the channel. And that's it. And the guys that have, man, you guys are awesome. And that's it. Okay, I don't know. I think that's about it. Peace.